Honestly, there's no point in attending the wedding of a sister who's turned out so poorly. I know I said I would go, but it just feels like such a hassle now. Plus, Dad will obviously be absent today, too.
Why is that? This is all happening way too suddenly. There are only 5 minutes left until the ceremony starts. I thought your in-laws would be greeting the guests by now, but if they don't show up...
Oh, can you please stop calling me non-stop? It's just so annoying. If I'm not responding, don't you think it's a clue that I'm not planning to attend?
How am I supposed to know that? You really think I can read your mind?
Oh, this is exactly why you're such a disappointment. Just look at your sister May. She's beautiful, graceful, and so smart. And then there's you. Honestly, I wish I had never had you.
Well, you could have just said something from the beginning that you weren't coming. I didn't want you guys to feel obligated to be here either.
Honestly, it was the venue that caught my interest. It looked so impressive. It seems far too grand for someone like you. A place like that deserves someone who can truly shine in it. May would look stunning in a dress there, but you? Well, you would just look out of place. It would be like putting a pearl on a pig. The venue would suddenly feel like a pigsty.
It sounds like you never even intended to celebrate in the first place.
Of course not. We don't have a hobby of going to see livestock. The money we would have spent on a gift is going towards a nice family dinner instead. You can just stay there and squeal like the ugly pig you are.
Is that really how you feel? You've always been so harsh. I may not be as perfect as me, but do you really think that treating me this way is justified? We're still family.
Family? Oh, maybe, but it doesn't mean I have to support everything you do. You've made so many poor choices, and this wedding is just another one of them. You should have considered how your actions affect those around you.
Well, if I had known you felt this way, I would have saved myself the trouble of even inviting you.
I don't need your pity invitation. Save it for someone who actually cares. Just remember, this isn't just about you. It's about family, and sometimes family means being honest, even if it hurts. It seems like your parents won't be able to make it, just as I predicted.
I'm really sorry about this.
Nicole, don't apologize. You haven't done anything wrong. Honestly, this is not your fault, but it looks like everything you've told me about them up until now is true, isn't it?
Yes, unfortunately. Even so, they're still my parents. I just thought I should at least thank them for raising me, even if it wasn't perfect. I guess in a way I was hoping for some form of closure, or maybe a little bit of acknowledgement from them. But it's silly that I even had such hopes, right?
No, it's not silly at all. Wanting love and recognition from your parents is natural. But what's not natural is the way they've treated you, the way they've neglected you and shown so much favoritism towards your sister. It's absolutely disgraceful. It makes me so angry.
It's okay. I've gotten used to it by now. My parents and my younger sister, they never really treated me like part of the family. My mom has always spoiled my sister, treating her like she can do no wrong, while I've been the one to bear all the criticism. I've been told I'm a disappointment more times than I can count. And my dad, he acts like I don't even exist most of the time. I'm sorry for bringing all of this up on what should be a happy occasion. I didn't mean to make things so gloomy.
Nicole, you have nothing to apologize for. It's not gloomy to share your truth, and it's not healthy to keep all of that pain bottled up. If you hide it away, it'll just continue to fester inside of you. You need to let it out. I'm so glad you trusted me enough to tell me how you really feel. That means a lot to me, more than you know. And from this day forward, I want you to think of me as your real mother. We're family now. You don't need to carry this burden alone anymore.
Mom, thank you so much. I don't even know how to express how much that means to me.
You don't have to thank me. I love you. And from now on, anyone who has ever hurt my daughter, well, they better prepare themselves. I won't ever forgive them for what they've done, not ever. Nicole, are you enjoying your wedding? We're at the hotel now, having lunch and popping open some champagne. Honestly, we're thinking of just staying the night here. This is just the best.
Oh, good for you.
Wait, what? What's that tone for? Are you Jealous or something? Oh, I totally get it. You're spending all that money on such an expensive venue. The food must be so bland and disappointing, right? You see, trying to show off never works out. It's just so sad.
Why do you feel the need to mock me all the time? If you didn't want to be a part of my life, you didn't have to be. It's so petty and cruel. Why would you even want to go out of your way to do that?
What? Are you seriously this clueless? This is why you're nothing but a useless, ugly loser. The fact that you were even born was the biggest mistake. Dad and I have talked about it. May is the only child we ever needed. You're just in the way, a waste of space.
Yeah, I've always known. I'm not surprised.
Oh, really? Then why didn't you act like it? If you already knew you weren't wanted, the least you could have done was live quietly and stay out of sight. But no, you had to go ahead and get married. Oh, the nerve of you, honestly. Trying to get hitched before May? Do you realize how outrageous that is? You think you can get ahead of May? Oh, I mean, just look at yourself. And looking at the guy who picked you, he must be just as pathetic. It's like male pig and female pig. How perfect. You two were made for each other.
You know what? I've realized that talking to you is just a waste of my time. I was willing to give you a chance, if you apologized. I thought maybe, just maybe, there was a shred of decency in you. But it's clear now that there isn't, so forget it. I'm fine, but are you really sure you won't regret this?
Regret? Oh, not even a little. Apologize to you? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. You begging for me to ask for forgiveness? Oh, please, that's absolutely ridiculous.
All right then, I guess there's nothing more to say. But hey, how about I show you what the wedding really looks like? I'll send you some pictures and you can see for yourself. Does an Instagram link work for you? It's on my husband's account.
Sure, I'll take a look. I'm honestly dying to see how pathetic it looks. I can't wait to laugh at it. Send it over. This is going to be hilarious. Let's see. Wait, what? No way. What is this? Oh, this can't be real. No. You must have sent me the wrong account. This wedding looks way too fancy. There's no way this is yours. Stop messing around. This is embarrassing.
Look at the other post. Check out the video. I'm in it, cutting the cake. It's definitely my wedding. Go ahead, scroll through. You'll see me right there.
Wait, what is this cake? This is massive. It looks like something out of a celebrity wedding. Hold on. What's going on here? This can't be real. You're joking, right? You've got to be joking. This is insane. What fun are you getting out of making me feel like a fool?
Why would I go out of my way to mess with you? Honestly, I've got better things to do. Oh, and by the way, my husband, he's a CEO.
What? No way. You married to a CEO? Oh, this has to be some kind of mistake.
No, it's not a mistake. I was a secretary at his company. We worked together for a while and things just clicked. It's not as impossible as you think.
I heard you somehow managed to land a job at some big company, but wait, no one told me he was the CEO. Why didn't anyone tell me?
Because you never cared. Not about me, not about my life. When I told you all about my engagement, Mom was glued to her soap operas, and Dad was buried in his newspaper. Neither of you even pretended to listen. I told you about my life. You just chose not to hear it. So don't act surprised now. This is on you.
How? How did someone like you end up with a CEO? Oh, you must have blackmailed him or something, right? Oh, there's no way someone as ugly and pathetic as you could attract a CEO. This has to be some kind of scam. You must have tricked him. You've always been rotten to the core, and this just proves it.
Wow, your imagination is impressive. Honestly, it's a wonder how you come up with these things.
Whatever, if you're so smart, then why don't you trade places with May? Heck, May deserves someone like him way more than you do.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
You heard me. May should be with that CEO of yours. She's beautiful, elegant, and classy. They would make the perfect couple. You're nothing compared to her. It's honestly a joke that you even think you're worthy of him.
You've got to be kidding me. Are you seriously asking me to give up my husband for May? That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard.
You don't have a choice. Family comes first, doesn't it? You should prioritize the family. You can keep working and sending money home, and May can take your place as his wife. It's the least you can do for the family. It's only fair.
Wow, you really lost it. And let me tell you something. Even if I were crazy enough to go along with this, my husband would never agree. You're living in a fantasy world.
Huh! Once he meets May, he won't be able to resist her. No man can. May's beauty and charm are irresistible. Your husband will drop you in an instant once he sees her.
This is delusional. Truly, it is. I can't believe I've wasted so much time and money on you people. To think I've been funneling money into this family for years. It just makes me sick just thinking about it. Well, guess what? That's over now. I'm done. You're on your own.
What? You can't do that. How dare you? You're married to a CEO. You're rich now. You owe us. You better keep sending us everything you earn.
I don't owe you a thing. And why would I support a family that didn't even show up for my wedding? You've made it clear that I'm not part of the family. Well, guess what? You're not part of mine anymore either.
Fine, if that's how it is, I'll come to the wedding right now.
Huh?
If I show up, you'll have to recognize me as family, right? You've still got food left, right? Prepare everything. I'm coming to prove we're family. Once May arrives, your husband will fall head over heels for her. There's no way he'll resist her beauty. Just wait and see.
Wow. You really believe that, don't you? You're living in some kind of twisted fantasy. Sorry, but I'm banning you from the venue. You're not welcome here anymore.
What? You can't do that. We're family. You can't just throw us away.
You're not family to me anymore. I'm done with this.
I'm coming anyway. You can't stop me. You better be ready when I get there.
Good luck with that. You won't get past the front door.
Hello, my name is Bev. I think you might recognize me as Nicole's husband's mother. That might ring a bell, no? You're the mother of the CEO? Oh, hey, put Nicole on the phone right now. She hasn't been answering my calls or texts for hours. Don't you think it's disgraceful for a daughter to ignore her family like this? Oh my, it seems you're unaware of the situation. What are you talking about? Listen, lady, Nicole is nothing compared to our May. She's much prettier and has perfect character for a CEO's wife. If you let her attend the wedding, everyone would agree. People would love her instantly. No, I don't think so at all. In fact, I strongly disagree. What did you just say? Do you even know who you're talking to? You think you can just waltz in and say whatever you like? Yes, I do. After all, I'm Nicole's family now. No, we are her family, not you. Oh, really? Then why weren't you allowed into the venue? If you're truly her family, wouldn't you have been invited inside? No, at this point you're just strangers who happen to share some blood. How dare you? Oh, this is a family issue and you're nothing more than an outsider. Stay out of it. Now let us in or we'll make a scene. I'm afraid that won't be happening. The bride and groom are in the middle of enjoying their reception, and the last thing they need is for it to be ruined by an unwanted guest. So if I were you, I'd leave quickly. Unwanted guest? The real problem here is Nicole. She's always been a burden. If she hadn't been born, our family would have been perfect. But what would you know about any of that? Oh, so you're saying Nicole doesn't share blood with her father? Interesting. Wait, you knew? Yes, of course. It wasn't hard to figure out. You've remarried, haven't you? And with your new husband, you have a daughter. So Nicole, being from a previous marriage, doesn't fit into your idea of a perfect family, does she? How convenient. I must ask, though, can you really call yourself her mother if you treat her this way? If I had no choice. My first husband made good money, but he was ugly, so ugly. Oh, really? Yes, and then our daughter was born just as hideous. Every time I looked at her, I felt repulsed. I couldn't stand the thought of being stuck with that face forever, but I needed the child support, so after the divorce, I reluctantly took her in. It wasn't my fault. How could I raise such a hideous child? She's to blame, not me. No, absolutely not. Nicole isn't the one at fault here. Let me ask you again, can you honestly call yourself a mother? You're acting more like a spoiled child, throwing a tantrum when things don't go your way. What did you just say to me? Nicole is a wonderful, kind, and capable young woman. She's thoughtful, hard-working, and diligent. My son tends to overwork himself, always pushing his limits. But Nicole is the one who helps him relax, who understands his true self and loves him just as he is. There is no one more perfect for him than Nicole, so for both their sakes, I'd appreciate it if you stopped interfering with their happiness. You have no idea what I've been through. How dare you lecture me? You didn't even try to understand Nicole's feelings, did you? Are you really that self-centered, needing to be the center of attention all the time? It's embarrassing that you expect your own daughter to take care of you like this.
Shut up! I knew it! Only a pig would marry into a family like yours.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. Trust me, the feeling is mutual. I certainly don't want to be involved with people like you.
Oh, I get it now. Nicole's probably been filling your head with lies about us, hasn't she? Making us out to be the villains here?
Actually, no, I did my own research.
What?
Nicole didn't need to say anything. I could see how much pain she was in, and I decided to look into things myself. Turns out you're unemployed, living off Nicole's hard-earned money, and doing nothing to support yourselves. Her father was fired recently for gambling at work, wasn't he? And since then, he hasn't even bothered to look for another job. You, on the other hand, have never worked a day in your life, unless we're counting the money you extorted from other men.
How do you know all of this?
It wasn't difficult to find. The truth tends to leave a trail. And by the way, I suggest you repay the money you've borrowed. Your creditors are starting to get impatient.
Wait, you met with them?
Yes, I did. It's not unusual to investigate the background of a potential in-law, after all. It's almost as if you never really cared about Nicole at all.
You meddling?
The truth is, my family wants nothing to do with people like you, so please leave, or I'll have to call security. Oh, and don't be surprised if your creditors show up at your door soon. I made sure they knew exactly where to find you.
No, you can't do this!
You'll find that I most certainly can. Now, kindly leave before I make this any worse for you.
You're insane! Talking to you is a waste of time!
It's a pity you refuse to learn from your mistakes, but you know what's remarkable? Despite growing up under your toxic influence, Nicole has turned out to be a remarkable woman. I can only assume that her biological father was a truly wonderful man, certainly more discerning when it came to picking partners.
How can you say that? You don't know anything about us!
Oh, I know enough. I know that Nicole has had to deal with more than her fair share of challenges because of you. While you've been busy trying to undermine her, she's been working hard to build a life for herself and my son. She deserves to be happy, and I intend to see that she is.
You think you can just come in here and dictate how things should be?
I'm not dictating anything. I'm simply stating facts. Nicole has the right to choose who she wants in her life, and right now, that doesn't include you.
And what makes you think she'll always choose you over her own family?
Because family isn't just about blood. It's also about support, love, and respect. Things you clearly haven't shown her.
You don't know what we've been through. You don't know the sacrifices I made for my children.
Sacrifices? Is that what you call it? Using your children as means to an end? That's not sacrifice. That's manipulation.
You're the one to talk about manipulation.
At least I'm not hiding behind my children to justify my failures.
You think you're so much better, don't you?
I never claimed to be perfect, but I do know what it means to truly care for someone, and that's something you seem to lack entirely.
You're just trying to drive a wedge between us, but it won't work.
No, I'm trying to protect Nicole from the toxicity you bring into her life.
Toxicity? Look in the mirror.
I am looking in the mirror, and I see a woman who has fought tooth and nail for her family, a woman who has stood by her son and his choices. You, on the other hand, are a stranger to your own daughter.
That's not true.
Is it? Because all I see is someone who is bitter and resentful, blaming everyone else for their problems instead of taking responsibility.
You know nothing about my struggles.
Perhaps not, but I see the results. Nicole shouldn't have to bear the burden of your unhappiness.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for her?
Because I love her like my own daughter. Because I see the potential in her that you refuse to acknowledge.
You're delusional.
No, I'm realistic. I see the truth that you refuse to face.
You think you can just replace me?
It's not about replacing anyone. It's about giving Nicole the support and love she deserves, something you haven't been able to provide.
You're a fool if you think this will end well for you.
I'm not afraid of your threat. I'm more concerned about the impact your actions have on Nicole.
You're overstepping and you'll regret it.
Regret? The only thing I'll regret is not doing enough to protect Nicole from you.
You're just a stepping stone for her. When she realizes who really loves her, she'll come back to us.
If that's love, then I'd rather be alone. But I have faith that Nicole will see the truth, just as I have.
You think you're so clever, but you're just a pawn in her game.
No, I'm not a pawn. I'm her ally, and I will stand by her side no matter what it takes.
You'll regret this conversation.
And you'll regret the day you thought you could come between us.
I'll make you pay for this!
Do your worst, I won't back down. Nicole deserves better, and I won't let anyone, including you, take that away from her.
The police interrogation is over.
Nicole, what have you done, you ungrateful child? Because you wouldn't let us in, we ended up getting reported. Do you even understand the trouble you've caused for everyone involved? This is unacceptable.
Didn't I tell you that you were banned from entering my wedding? Were you even listening to me? Of course you weren't. I should have known. I'm sorry for even asking such a ridiculous question. It's clear you're only thinking of yourself.
You think just because you became the CEO's daughter-in-law, you can act like you're above everyone else? Are you really that afraid of your husband falling for May? It's pathetic. If you had any real confidence in yourself, you wouldn't have to behave this way. So you know deep down that you're just an ugly pig.
I had invited my real father to today's wedding. Can you believe that?
What? Are you serious?
Honestly, I didn't want to meet you at all. I'm actually relieved he canceled at the last minute. He was so happy he cried when I told him about the wedding. It was a moment I'll cherish forever, one that made me realize how much I need to distance myself from you.
Wait a minute. You let my ex-husband in, but you wouldn't let us come inside? This is completely unfair. How can you justify this? You have no right.
Who has been treating me unfairly all this time? It was you. You treated me like a failure, using me as if I were just an ATM. And what about that man you married? You made it clear that I wasn't really part of the family just because we're not blood related. And let's not forget my little sister, who's been spoiled rotten by our parents, living in her little princess bubble. You all aren't a family to me. You were just temporary housemates who took advantage of me and my kindness.
How dare you? We are family. You can't just throw that away. You're being melodramatic.
No, my family is my husband, his parents, and my real father who came to the wedding today. That's more than enough for me. I don't need the toxic connections you offer. I've built a new life, and it's so much better without your negativity weighing me down.
How could you say that? Have you forgotten all the sacrifices I made to raise you? I endured so much pain and struggle just to bring you into this world. You owe me everything.
Endured? Really? Thanks to my husband, I've been able to see my situation objectively for the first time. Every day spent in that house felt like a nightmare. I am not livestock. I'm not a model, but I'm not ugly either. I'm not just some burden on your family. I'm a woman in my own right. I will be celebrated by many on my wedding day. One man has pledged his eternal love to me. I'm a human being with dreams and aspirations, and you're the one who's mistaken here. Do you even understand what a role is? What it means to be loved unconditionally? It's not about control.
What? Children are supposed to serve their parents. I know that. You've been so disrespectful. You are such a failure in every way. You think you can just walk away from your responsibilities?
Shut up, you pathetic beggar. You think you're better than me just because you gave birth to me? You're nothing but a burden yourself. I refuse to let you define who I am any longer.
What did you just call me? You have no idea what it means to sacrifice. You think this is easy for me?
You're worse than livestock. You're a beggar, begging for my attention and respect, strutting around like you're something special just because you're a parent. My life isn't for you to dictate. I refuse to be shackled by your expectations any longer.
Please, can you just calm down a little? This isn't how families should talk. We're supposed to support each other, not tear each other apart.
You should learn how to apologize properly. I'm cutting ties with you. No matter what happens, I won't involve myself with you again. This is it for me. I deserve peace.
Don't be ridiculous. How are we supposed to live then? What about all those years we spent together? You think you can just erase our past?
I don't care. Get a job, unemployed bum. You can't expect me to take care of you any longer. I've already given you more than enough.
Are you really going to abandon me? I'm your mother. You can't just throw me away like this.
My mother-in-law once said that if a child grows up healthy, that's enough to make a parent proud. I truly love that sentiment. That's why I don't need you anymore. I found my own path, and it doesn't include you. I want to build a future filled with love and respect, not with resentment.
Wait, I'll apologize for everything that's happened. I'll do anything. Just please come back. Don't leave me like this. I can change, I promise.
You've been whining this whole time. I'm so sick of your ugly cries. I've heard them for too long. Just go back to your little shed already, okay? Go back to the life you think you're entitled to. I'm done being your punching bag.
Hold on, you can't mean that. You can't just cut me off like this. Nicole!
This is my life now. I'm taking control, and there's no place for you in it. I cut ties with my family and took extreme care to ensure my new address wouldn't be discovered. My husband has been incredibly supportive, doing everything he can to help me adjust, and my job is still going smoothly. I feel fortunate to have a stable work life amidst all the chaos. My relationship with my mother-in-law has flourished. I genuinely consider her like a real mother. She offers me the warmth and understanding I've missed for so long, and it feels like I finally have the family I always wanted. However, recently, I learned that my biological mother made quite a scene at my workplace. Apparently, she showed up at the entrance causing a ruckus, and the police had to be called to remove her. I can only imagine how embarrassing that must have been for my colleagues and for me. From what I've gathered, it seems like she's been borrowing money and is now being chased by some man over her debts. My childhood home has somehow turned into an empty lot. I can't help but feel a mix of emotions about it. My mother-in-law casually mentioned, "There's nothing good that comes from shady money," which made me wonder if there was some connection to my mother's situation. It's eerie to think about what could be happening behind the scenes. My sister has reached out to me several times pleading for help, but I know her intentions are purely financial, so I've ignored her messages. She could easily find a job and support herself if she really wanted to. It's frustrating to see her relying on others instead of taking responsibility for her own life. As for my father, the one I share blood with, I still meet him occasionally. He's expressed his regrets multiple times about not having fought harder to gain custody of me when I was younger. He believes he should have been more assertive in taking me away from that environment. It's a heavy burden to bear, hearing him apologize for decisions made long before I could understand their implications. He also shared in my happiness about my recent marriage. His joy felt genuine, and it warmed my heart to see that he supports my choices. It makes me think about how different my life might have been if he had been the one to raise me. The concept of maternal preference in custody battles is such a complicated issue, often leaving fathers feeling powerless. Sometimes, I wonder what my life would have been like if I had grown up with my father. Would I have had the same struggles? Would I still be the same person I am today? Those questions linger in my mind, but I try not to dwell on them for too long. I've come to a place where I can appreciate my current happiness. Despite the pain of my past, I've built a life that brings me joy. I've created a family that supports and loves me unconditionally. I often think about how fortunate I am to have escaped that toxic environment. The scars of my upbringing may still be there, but they don't define me. My husband and I are planning our future together, and it feels incredibly liberating to have finally broken free from the chains that once bound me. It's bittersweet, knowing that my mother's life has spiraled downwards while I've managed to find my way. Part of me feels guilty for not helping her, but I also recognize that I have to prioritize my own well-being. I deserve to live a life free from the chaos and dysfunction that has plagued my family for so long. As I reflect on all these changes, I feel a sense of gratitude for my husband's unwavering support. He has been my rock, helping me navigate the complexities of my emotions. We share dreams and aspirations that fill our lives with hope. I remind myself that I am not responsible for my mother's choices or my sister's failures. They have made their decisions, and now it's time for me to focus on the life I've created. It's empowering to take ownership of my happiness and to know that I have the strength to move forward. Looking ahead, I feel excited about what the future holds. I envision a life filled with love, laughter, and genuine connections. It's a stark contrast to the memories of my past, but I am ready to embrace the possibilities that lie ahead. After all, I fought hard for this happiness. It wasn't handed to me, and I had to claw my way out of a situation that threatened to suffocate me. And now, as I stand on the precipice of a new chapter, I feel an overwhelming sense of hope. I know that I can create a legacy that's different from what I've known. I can raise my own family in an environment filled with love and respect. I can be the kind of parent that my own mother never was. Ultimately, What matters most is that I've chosen to break the cycle. I refuse to let my past dictate my future. I am in control of my destiny, and I will make choices that lead me to the life I've always dreamed of. So, as I sit here reflecting on my journey, I feel a profound sense of peace. I've let go of the weight of my past, and I'm ready to step into the future with open arms. Life is a beautiful adventure, and I'm finally ready to embrace it fully. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
What was that you made for dinner today? After having to suffer through that, I'd say you're better off feeding us all up frozen dinners from now on. Why the heck are you making us such disgusting food to eat for our last meal of the day now? You really are the most useless woman I've ever known.
Are you talking about the dinner that I made and left out for you? I made that because I had to stay late at work today and wouldn't be home in time to make you anything. Did that chicken and pasta not suit your taste buds well enough or something? The last time I made that exact meal for you, you told me it was amazing and that you'd want it again sometime.
It was completely cold. So if you're not going to make me anything fresh, then it's going to be freaking disgusting. Also, what's with you trying to feed me the exact same meals twice like that? Are you trying to get me ticked off right now or something?
First of all, you were supposed to put that food in the microwave if you want to eat it warm. You should be able to do that much by yourself, right? How come you didn't ever try something as simple as that before starting to talk to me like this? Actually, since you're going to complain to me this much about something so petty, how about you start to cook your own dinner? I think that would be best for you, considering you're old enough now to cook for yourself.
Huh? Are you telling me to do something like cooking now? Your job as the woman of this house is to do all the chores and cooking. Why the heck else do you think my dad ended up marrying someone like you?
I happen to have myself a job right now, and things like housework and cooking are not just a woman's job. I like to think that chores and things like that should be done by everyone living in the house, including you. That's part of being a family.
Stop trying to make it seem so pretty. All I can hear coming out of you right now is your excuses for trying to push your work off onto someone else like me. Every single household I know makes the mother handle all the chores in the house. And that includes things like cooking as well. You married my dad in order to do all the chores for us here, right?
I don't ever remember saying anything like that as a part of my vows to him. And as far as I'm aware, both you and your father don't do anything at all around the house. Before I even married your father, I had been looking for someone that would share the chores and responsibility of caring for a family. And at the time I first met your father, he told me he was that person. However, now I can clearly see that was all a lie.
Huh? You just don't happen to see how much my dad cares about me in this house. He really loves me a lot, and puts a lot of thought into the man I'll become. And in order to make sure I'm being a responsible young man, he makes sure to keep my allowance to himself, only giving me my money when I deserve it.
I'm not really sure about what all goes on with the allowance you get, but I am very aware of the fact that your father really loves you a lot.
Also, my dad is always busy with his life and has to be out of the house a lot. If you don't take care of any of the chores around here, then who the heck will?
I'm really not sure what your father is up to that keeps him out of the house so often. But the one who seems to always just sit around in the house is you, Jimmy. Just sitting in your room all day playing your video games like you don't have any other responsibilities.
Huh? I am working my butt off right now. Do you have any idea who it is that's responsible for you having any food to eat? Had it not been for me allowing you to marry my dad, then he would have never gone through with any of it. Your old butt would be on the streets right now trying to figure out where your next meal will come from.
Let's think about that. I am aware that at the time of me getting married to your father, your input on the whole thing was also important. But let me tell you, even if I didn't marry your father, I wouldn't have to worry about being homeless or anything close to that.
I wonder about that.
About what?
So far, you've barely been able to cook me up any decent meals. And when it comes to things like laundry and cleaning, you can't even deal with that. You also barely go to work at all. Well, you come home to complain about all the work you have to do here. Then there's the fact that you're way too ugly and are older than my dad. You better be freaking happy my dad came along and offered you his hand in marriage. Because had he not, no other man would have taken you. My dad is one of the most caring men in this world, and you'd better start to understand and respect that.
Listen here, Jimmy. I'm not really sure where to start that would end with you understanding where I'm coming from. But I'd like to start by asking you why you're acting like you're so remarkable compared to me.
That's because I am the center of this household, making me the most remarkable, of course.
Is that right?
My dad is saying this all the time. He says that I'm the center of this household, and if I weren't here, there would be nothing left. So there. If you don't start treating me like the god I am, then I'll make sure you're divorced and sent far away from here.
I see then. So your father has just been spoiling the hell out of you this whole time. But let me ask, with such an awful mouth and attitude, do you have any friends? Are you going to be all right in the future?
Before you start to worry about me, how about you worry about yourself? There is no telling when I'll ask for you to be cut out of this family, right? If I get my dad to throw you out, then you'll be right back on the streets looking for a place to sleep.
Jimmy, I'm starting to get the idea that you underestimate me a little too much.
I'm not underestimating you. When you have no attributes to yourself that all the other women have. The moment my dad casts you aside, you're gonna be done for. Am I right? Unlike him, you look like a dried up fig.
Oh? So you're telling me your father looks a whole lot better than myself? And how would someone like you be aware of that?
I'm aware of that because of this one little secret. My dad happens to have all these women he can go out and play with. I would have to say, he's been with more women than most men in the US could even dream of getting with.
Is that right? And why would he be telling you all about this?
He doesn't tell me anything. But the fact that he's always out all night and doesn't come back until early morning has to be because of the women he sees. And now that I think about it, recently he's been out pretty late again, right? I wonder if he has himself some new girls to hang out with again. Dang, that's too bad for you. But that's all on you, considering you look like a dried out sponge.
So that's what you think. I'd only thought he was good looking enough for all those women back in school. But he still has the looks and the women to this day.
Well, if there is ever a moment where my dad brings in a hottie that can actually do the chores without complaining, then I'll ask him to marry that woman. Of course, he'd listen to me, so you should start preparing for a day like that. I already happen to have my hands on some divorce forms that are all filled out inside.
All right.
I'm busy with work still again tonight, so I won't be home until really late. This all might take me to the morning to complete, so just be aware of that. I might just stay the night here at that point, and be ready for work the next day.
Sounds pretty busy there, but thanks for letting me know that. By the way, I got some more complaints from your son again about my cooking. Do you think you can say something to him about all of that, Stanley?
He started complaining about you again. Did he say things like your cooking is disgusting or something?
Yes.
Well, he's the one saying all of that, not me. After all, he is the center of this family, and his word is final. And since he thinks of himself as that, there is nothing I could do about what he says. And I wouldn't want to tell him to lie and call your food delicious either, right? That would be even more wrong.
This isn't about me wanting your son to say the food is good. This is about how much time I put into making dinner and other meals, all right? And this whole time you've been saying that it's all really tasty and you want seconds.
That's just how I feel about your cooking. The fact that your food isn't good enough for him is another story.
But the fact that he will complain about my cooking like that after expressing his feelings about it, it's not okay. I happen to be working a job and handling all the chores at home. That makes me a very busy person as well, yet he keeps on making those snarky comments like that's supposed to help me do everything to his liking. I have had it up to here with him now, Stanley.
Don't say things like that. To me, that little man is my cute baby boy. And back when you and I got married, you told me yourself that you thought of him as your own kid because he's so cute, right?
If you're going to bring up what was said back before we got married, then how about you? You told me that when we got married, you'd help take care of both the family and all the chores together with me. You said that to me, right? Why am I the only one putting in all this work at home?
You can't blame me for that, considering I'm already doing my best. And that's why I have to stay out so late every night working, right?
Are you really putting in work at the office, though? You told me about how you finally found yourself a job again and all that, but ever since you got that job, you've never been home. There has to be something else going on there because no company would ever work a new employee that long every day.
Huh? Are you doubting what I've been up to now? Then what would happen if I stopped working, huh? What would you be able to do? Tell me right now.
That's nothing I could know about right now. But the fact that you just burst out in anger there when I said something's up makes you even more suspicious to me. Have you really fixed that gambling addiction you had before?
I already told you that was cured a long time ago. I can't believe after all this work I've been putting in, you are still not happy with it and are trying to call me out.
I never said I was calling you out regarding the work you put in.
Ugh, whatever. I'm not coming home tonight. I hope this makes you learn your damn lesson, you bitch.
All right already, Stanley, just go.
Well, my dad is out putting in all that work trying to provide for this family. Why are you here all alone enjoying some beers like you deserve to relax. That's why he always tells me about how much of a terrible wife you are.
I have worked a lot of hours and have been doing chores every single day for who knows how long now. I deserve to have a break to catch my breath and unwind. Why are you getting so angry with me over simply drinking a couple of beers? Where did you run off to while I went and cleaned my face?
Don't you dare start complaining to me like you're something special, when I'm the one that's allowed you to live in this house. I'm going out to have dinner with my dad now. I'm going to make sure my dad takes care of you after what I saw today.
Huh? What did you just say? Who was it that has allowed me to live in this house again?
I have no use for an asshole like you in this house anymore. Considering you've had to leech off of my money to live here, get the hell out of that house.
What are you going on about, Jimmy? You sure you didn't trip and slam your head against the ground or something on the way out?
Huh? What the hell are you on about? That's what I want to know, you ugly whore. Now that you've had a beer poured all over your face, you should be aware just how little you matter to this family and leave.
Oh, I see, Jimmy. I totally understand what little I mean to this family. I guess I will do as you've asked and leave this family for good. I'll even make sure to handle the divorce, too.
Well, of course you'll handle the divorce. And then you will never come around my dad or I, or this house ever again. Don't even let me see your face again out in public, or I'll make you pay.
Sure thing. Goodbye forever now.
Hey, answer the frickin' phone already. Who do you think you are ignoring me like that? You can see all these calls, right? Reply to me right now, woman.
Who is this?
Don't frickin' ask me who the hell I am. You already know that I'm your son, Jimmy.
I don't ever remember having a son named Jimmy, though. I've never had a son in general, actually.
Yo, stop it with the crappy jokes. You come back to the house right now.
What was that? I'm still not sure who you are and what makes you think you can talk to a stranger like that.
For God's sake, woman, you know who I am. I'm Jimmy, your flipping son. Now come home.
Oh, Jimmy? That Jimmy? I thought you said that we were cutting ties and all that 3 days ago. Did you not understand what the meaning of cutting ties was?
Shut up. Right now, my dad is as pale as a ghost. He told me he never actually thought that you'd leave us. Where the hell are you right now?
Hold on, weren't you acting all tough and such when you told me to get lost, or was that all for show? Because I've already gone and handed in the divorce forms and everything. And another thing, whatever happened to the apology for pouring beer into my face like that?
Why the hell should I be apologizing to you for that? That had to happen to you because you were being all mouthy with me. And the fact you were drinking beer like that in the first place without my dad there.
I see. Well, then I guess there's nothing else I have to say here. Goodbye forever.
Listen to me, you dumb idiot.
I almost forgot that I needed to tell you this. I'm going to end the lease on that house now for you guys since I'm no longer living there. Make sure you get out of there in the next few days. I have to make sure the place is ready to be rented out again in 1 month. See ya.
What? Wait a second. Please wait.
Bye-bye, you little shit.
Please. Answer your phone, please. Where are you right now? My dad and I are both battered now.
Ugh. You are so goddamn annoying. Day after day after day, you call and call and call. Every time being met with me ending said call on you. And when you've had enough trying to call, you start to send text after text. What the actual hell do you want from me?
You're finally answering me. I'm tired of you trying to dodge me. Now come back home.
Jimmy, are you freaking brain dead or something? I literally have no reason for going back to you guys anymore. Not a single reason. Yet you keep on trying to tell me to come home to you both? You really think starting off the conversation in that tone with a complete stranger like that is going to get you anywhere with them?
Well, I got it. Please come home.
Tell me why I should do that. Tell me why someone you don't even care about anymore and who certainly doesn't care about you both should come back. So far, this conversation has gotten nowhere once again, and it's going to lead to me blocking you. All right? I can really tell now that you are such a spoiled little brat.
Excuse me? I'm the one asking you to come home.
I never said that I wanted to be asked to go back there, though. The fact that you just keep assuming I'd even want to go back there just tells me there's no use in talking to you. I'm done here. Are you?
I didn't know anything.
What was that?
I never thought that you were the one taking care of this whole family. That's why I need you to come back here now.
So you've only just now figured all of that out? I can't believe something so simple and so obvious to everyone else wasn't immediately understood by you. Just goes to show how much you lack a brain, huh? What was it? What was it you always called me again? The parasite leeching off your money? I could have sworn it was something like that. But hold on just one second. Didn't you mean to call your father and yourself that when referring to my money you were sucking away from me?
Shut the hell up! I didn't know anything about that. I told you this already. I was thinking that the whole time that the money my dad and I were making was being used to keep you in the house. But when I had my eyes finally opened...
Yes, okay. Well, it really sucks to be you now, right? The moment you saw the reality of everything and knew that it was my money that allowed you to live in that house and eat what you wanted, you probably felt some sort of thanks towards me, right?
I am thankful. That's why you need to come back here now. Come back here and live with Dad and I.
Don't make me laugh too hard, Jimmy. Keep all that sleepy talk to yourself, you little brat. Who the hell would want to go back to having all their money drained away by you two bozos? Ever since I got away from you both, I have been living the time of my life again. I feel like a brand new woman that's been reborn.
Don't say things like that. All of this is my dad's fault, for crying out loud. Remember how I was telling you about my dad keeping all of my allowance to himself until I was a good boy and he'd give me some? Well, he was doing the same thing with all the money I made from my part-time job, and made me think part of it was going to you. I thought that some of it would be coming to me though as well. But then I found out it was you who was giving me my allowance at times.
So you're going to lay all the blame on your father now for the way you were behaving around me? Does this mean your father was the one who poured that beer into my face? And was that him I was hearing calling me ugly and old all those times? And wait a minute, was that him always complaining about the food I cooked? I don't think all of that was him.
I know that wasn't all him. Actually, I've started to realize my dad can't do any chores. And the inside of this house is looking like a pigsty now. We're always having to eat out now because neither of us can cook, using up all of our money.
Sucks to suck then, doesn't it? All that time I was around, you both never did a frickin' thing. And after so many years, you finally realized that all that work I was putting in is too much for you guys? You can't tell me that you just assumed all those things would be kept to the moment I was kicked out of the house, right?
This is why you need to come here and help. If we don't get some help soon, we won't be able to live here any longer.
Then let's hope you can both figure something out with your own strength. I've been divorced from your father for a month now, and you are nothing more than an annoying little brat to me. And unfortunately, I'm not that nice of a person where I'd be willing to help a couple of complete strangers become happy again at my own risk.
Don't say something like that about us, please. My dad, he hasn't even found himself a job yet, actually.
Really? But just a while back, he was bragging about how he had this new job and everything he was going to do. He told me that was the reason for him always being out late and sometimes not making it back home until the next day. And he told me he was so busy with that job that he couldn't help me with any of the housework. You even said it yourself that he was busy.
Well, that wasn't even him going to work then. He was just out having fun with other women was all. He told me that he took a lot of your money and would go out and get entertained by all of them.
Well, we both knew that. You were the one who told me he was doing that, right? That he's so good looking that he can get all the women? I was actually thinking about getting a detective at the time to follow him out, but when you told me he was with all those other women, that was all I needed. Thank you so much for that useful information back then, Jimmy. And by the way, since I was able to get some evidence of all that happening behind your backs before the divorce, I expect your dad to owe me a settlement soon.
What? A settlement?
Well, of course a settlement. He was out playing with other women while still married to me and using my money to do so. And all of that was going on while he told me he couldn't be bothered with any of the chores or taking care of you. You really thought that he could just get away with all of that unscathed?
Wait, my dad is out looking for a job right now. It's already been hard enough for the two of us to live as things are. If you try and get a settlement from us, you'll literally be killing us.
Well, if you would rather swim than sink, go and have your dad marry one of those fine women. Hey, better yet, go ask one of them to be your mother. I'm sure half those women are married too, so their husband might be willing to support their cheating wife's little pet. As for myself, though, I'm not backing down, and will be getting that money from your father, so make sure he's aware of that now.
What? What are you going on about now?
This is just a guess on my part, but I'd assume some of the women your dad's with have husbands. Which means when those husbands find out, they will want a settlement just as much as I do. So expect to watch your dad, along with his gang of women, get completely destroyed by all the settlements they'll be met with. Now, the best of luck to the both of you while your dad struggles to find himself a job.
No way! I can't work any more than I already am. I was never meant to work a full-time job or anything.
You think I care what you're meant for? If you really want to hear what I think you ought to do, try throwing those video games away and work using that time.
I've already sold all of them. And we're getting kicked out of this house soon too. We also have quite literally no money to our names. As of right now, there is nothing to look forward to in life anymore.
Stop acting all sad about yourself. It's so simple. Work with all that time you have and make some dang money. There are 24 hours in a day, so work 24 hours.
But
right now I'm living in a high-rise apartment thinking about you two lowlifes, all while I have the most amazing time of my life. But I'd really like to stop thinking about you both. So please, with absolutely no respect at all, stop talking to me and go the hell away.
a high-rise apartment? Are you serious? Hey, you have some money right now, correct? So how about you please help me out at least?
No reason to do that for you. Did you really think that you could just sit around having fun all your life while making others do the work for you? You've set yourselves up as one of the most useless, unemployable, hot-headed, brainless lowlifes around. And the only thing that awaits things like you is a life burning in literal hell. Now, good frickin' day to you. After that, I went ahead and made sure to never respond to that beyond spoiled brat ever again, and that sent both him and his dad on their way to hell. Soon after, my lawyer went ahead and spoke to my ex and told him about the settlement I'm owed, before giving him a deadline and wishing both him and Jimmy a good day. This led to the two, once very close to one another, father and son, to start fighting over whose fault all of this was. As for myself, I'm living it up in this brand new high-rise apartment I've gotten myself. And one could say this was the best second chance at life any human has been given. Those two buffoons that learned the very hard way that neither of them were going to be helped by myself any longer are out there somewhere right now, probably running around like a chicken with its head cut off, looking for jobs. I'd like to call that the perfect ending, and the most likely ending for the both of them. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Susie! I was just wondering if you were coming over with Andrew later today. I'm only asking because I actually just ran out of coffee at the house and was wondering if you could pick me up some on your way over?
Are you really asking me to run little errands for you after I've just gotten engaged?
I only asked for you to do something since you'd be on the way. I mean, are you going to want coffee when you get over here? Actually, now that you mention it though, maybe pick up some other drinks so that we can all celebrate too. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Oh, right. And also, I placed an order at the one chicken place that's on the way from your place to here, so go ahead and stop there and get that for me too. And also, after that, can you go to the corner store across the street from the house and get me a couple packs of cigarettes?
Hold on just a second. Andrew and I were coming over to the house so that we could celebrate us getting engaged. I'm not trying to be rude, but I feel like we're kind of like guests in this moment. So maybe you could not ask us to run all these errands?
Oh yeah! That reminds me. You should also go and pick up something for us to have as dessert, too.
Okay, fine. I'll go and get all your stuff, but that means that I probably won't be able to make it over for at least another hour.
Wow. I still just can't believe that you're getting married. I mean, you've been single your whole life. I was starting to think that you were never going to find anyone.
Well, it's not like I wanted to be single that whole time. But yes, I feel very lucky that I found someone who I want to marry now. What about you, Maggie? Are you seeing anyone or anything like that?
Nah, I don't want to get married because then that means I'd have to move out of Mom and Dad's place. Besides, I've actually really been enjoying my job and don't want to get married at the moment.
I see. But I feel like you've always kind of been like that, right? I guess we're all different though, so it's not a big deal.
Well, what about you and Andrew? You guys have only been dating for less than a year, right? Are you sure that he's the one?
I mean, it's a bit too late to be asking me that question now, don't you think? But yes, I'm very sure that he's the one. He's just so kind of honest.
Is that really what you think? Because I know that I've only met him once before, but thought he was kind of shady, to be honest.
You thought that Andrew was shady? How so? What makes you say that?
I guess I don't really have any proof of what I meant, but I guess maybe just looking at his style? But also because you two just haven't been dating all that long, you know? I guess I'm just not sure why you two are engaged.
Maggie, what are you talking about? You aren't honestly this worried about him, are you? I mean, we've already arranged our wedding venue and everything.
Well, that's why I think that you should make sure this is something you want to do before it's too late. I'm just giving my third-person perspective as a single woman. I mean, how many nice and honest men do you really think are out there in the world?
I'm not going to pretend like Andrew is perfect or anything. He has things that I'd like him to work on, of course. But I think that hopefully, after we come over tonight, you'll have had a chance to get to know him a little better.
I certainly hope so. But just don't be upset when my intuition turns out to be right.
Well, thank you for your input, but I guess we'll see after tonight, won't we? Andrew, just what the heck is going on? Are you drunk right now?
Of course I'm not drunk. This is just what we call having a little buzz. But anyway, let me just make one thing clear to you, okay? You're way past your prime, and you need to realize that I'm doing you a favor by getting married to you. I just want you to know that I'm a catch who could have whoever he wants, and I still chose you.
Is that... Andrew? You don't really feel that way about us, do you?
Of course that's how I really feel about us. The only reason I'm marrying you in the first place is because I figured it'll make my life easier to have someone to clean the house while I'm at work. Why do you think I ended up choosing someone like you? You really ought to be thanking me more often for this, you know?
But I just... How could you say those same words in front of my whole family? Especially after we just got engaged to be married.
And just what are they gonna do about it? They can't touch a hair on my head. I'm rich, remember? I even gave you that huge birthday present, but it wasn't any sweat off my brow. My whole family's stinking rich.
Andrew, are you even listening to yourself right now? I don't care if you're drunk or sober. What you're saying right now is just not acceptable.
Well, excuse me for getting honest when I get drunk. You know, I wasn't even gonna say anything to you about any of this, but now that we're engaged to be married, I guess that I could just come out and level with you.
You're terrible! I had no idea that you were such an awful person. I thought you were kind and sweet and honest about who you are.
What are you saying? That I'm not any of those things? I could be all those things, but I just wanted to let you know how I'm really feeling on the inside as well. And since we're going to be getting married, I just thought that I might tell you how I feel about us getting married is all.
I don't believe this. Even when we were alone, just the two of us, you never used to act this way with me. But to think that you would talk that way about me in front of my own parents, say that I was just a leftover woman who no one would ever want.
There you go again, getting upset with me for just being honest with you. If you're worried about upsetting your parents, then just your existence was enough to do that.
You really are just the worst. I don't know what I ever saw in you. I knew that you had a bit of a problem with your drinking that I was hoping we could address over the years. But I don't even think you're all that drunk right now.
I told you that all I'm doing is speaking the truth. But come and try and blame me because you don't like what you're hearing. If anything, you should be grateful to me for being so honest with you. I mean, do you really not think that I couldn't get a younger girl to marry me if I wanted? Do you really think you were my only choice?
And just what is that supposed to mean?
I mean that I am way too good for you, but I chose you anyway, and so you ought to be thanking me for doing so every single day.
But why should I have to thank you? A marriage should be a partnership between equals, not some kind of business transaction.
What are you, 5 years old or something? Do you really think that's ever how marriage has been? Besides, the fact of the matter is that my family is stinking rich and your family is dirt poor. I work for a huge company and you're just a lowly wage slave at some tiny office. On every level, I am just better than you. If I wanted to, I could cancel our engagement, kick you to the curb, and no one would ever want to marry you ever again. But I could just go out and find a million girls willing to date me. Basically, it's not just you, but your whole family who should be kissing my shoes for the favor that I'm doing you all right now. But more than you, I just feel bad for your sister. She's so ugly that I can't see anyone, even someone as nice as me, lowering their standards to date her. So basically, I'm the only chance your family has to marry into a much better one. You all ought to have a little shrine to me with your little beads and stuff, you know?
Andrew, are you not embarrassed even slightly to be talking like this?
It isn't like I want to be saying all this to you, but you just gotta realize that I'm just gonna give you the harsh truth about us. You aren't really gonna try and blame me for being real with you, are you? Anyways, I think I'm gonna go to bed now, and when we move, we're gonna get a much better bed, got it?
I really just can't even believe you right now.
Well, you better start too, and you better fix your attitude too. You're almost 40 and are marrying someone like me. Don't ever forget just how much you owe me for my kindness. Oh, and tell your parents that I want them to start showing much more respect too.
If this is the way that you're going to behave, then I don't even want to get married, Andrew.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, that I don't want to marry you. You're a jerk, and I don't want to spend my life with you. Tomorrow we are going to start the process of canceling all of our wedding plans.
Whoa, settle down there. You can't be serious, right? Don't you realize what you're throwing away by doing this?
I can't see how I'm doing anything but saving my life from being controlled by you for doing this. I'm just glad that I found out the kind of person that you really are before it was too late.
Hold on a sec, you can't actually be serious about this, right? You really want to spend the rest of your life alone?
It would be better than spending the rest of it married to a total jerk like you. I'd rather spend the rest of my days all alone than have to ever be married to you, you jerk.
You old cow, you'll regret this. Nobody treats me like this. I'm gonna go to bed now, and tomorrow you better be here bright and early to apologize to me. You're probably just starting menopause and getting emotional or something. I'll give you some time to calm down.
I don't even know what to say to that, Andrew.
Hey, where are you? I thought I told you to be here this morning. You're not really gonna cancel all of our wedding plans, are you? You're supposed to be here apologizing to me.
And just what would they even accomplish now that I know the kind of person that you really are? Do you even realize just how badly you upset me yesterday?
Wait, no, hold on. I was drunk, okay? You can't actually be mad at me. You know that I wasn't being serious when I said that kind of stuff, but I'm being honest now when I say I didn't mean it, you know?
I already told you. I don't care whether you were drunk or sober. I am not going to forgive you for what you did.
But I just, look, I think I was just a little clumsy with my words. It was your sister, yeah, she was the one who kept pouring me all those drinks. This is her fault.
You know, Maggie has always been suspicious of you ever since she first met you. But I just couldn't see what she was seeing. But now I see what she did, and I've had enough of you. You're just the worst! I want you out of the house, right now!
But oh god, you're kidding me. Well, fine then, okay? We won't get married, how do you like that? But just know that nobody's ever gonna want to marry you ever again.
Hey, Andrew! Super sorry to bug you, but this is Maggie. I just wanted to say that I was thinking about it yesterday and I realized you're also a dude way past his prime, aren't you? I mean, aren't you in your 40s already?
Excuse me?
I just mean that you keep going on about what an amazing catch you are and how you could have anyone you want, right?
What the heck? Since when is any of that your business, huh? I'll have you know that I'm the best worker in my entire office. And all the young ladies that work there love me, thank you very much.
Wow, that is actually kind of sad if you really believe that. I mean, you may be in your 40s, but it's like your brain is stuck in middle school. Maybe you should go and get some therapy for all that unchecked narcissism that you seem to have.
You little brats, how dare you talk to me like that? Do you even know who I am?
Not really, no, should I? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're just some guy with a bad sense of style and nasty drinking habit.
You little punk, how dare you talk to me like that? Who do you think you are?
Are you even older than 40? You don't seem to know who you are, or I am. Maybe you have Alzheimer's. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you some news.
What the heck are you going on about this time? What news are you talking about?
Well, I recorded a little video of the rant that you went on last night. The video and audio is all super clear.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, I filmed you talking to my family about what an amazing guy you were and how lucky Susie was to have you since no one would ever want to marry her. Anyways, I took that video and went ahead and uploaded it on all my channels.
What do you mean? Why would you do something like that?
Well, while you were giving that little speech, I asked how you'd like it if the whole internet knew you were saying this. You said that you didn't care if you went viral because it just meant that more women would fall in love with you. So you basically gave me permission to do what I did.
But that's not fair, okay? I was drunk yesterday. You can't just take things I've said like that as my consent.
Were you really even that drunk? You started that rant as soon as we all said cheers and started on our first drinks. I really don't think that a guy your age and in your shape is getting that drunk off one little sip.
You take down that video right this instant, I am serious. That isn't the person who I really am.
Ah, okay. I guess I'll look into that. See ya!
Well, it's done. All of our wedding plans are canceled, and I've gotten rid of your ring. From here on out, you were nothing to me.
You won't get away with this. I've already told everyone that I'm getting married. We made reservations. What am I supposed to do about all that?
I canceled what I had booked under my name, and I recommend that you do the same. You might be able to get out of paying any heavy fees if you do it all right now.
You think I'm gonna pay a cent to anyone if there isn't gonna be a wedding? Besides, you call off the engagement, you pay.
I can do that. But then I suppose I can collect the money back from you, yes?
What are you talking about?
I mean, with that video of you out there now, I just think it'd be wise to settle with me now.
I don't believe it. You can't be serious, right?
Well, just think of what would happen if your job found out that you behaved this way. You would probably be fired, right? So you can either pay me all the money I've just spent canceling my things, or I can send this to your office.
You can't be serious. You wouldn't do something like that, would you?
I haven't yet, but I have no problem in doing so.
Oh, come on. You're really gonna come after my job, too? Why would you do that? Okay, fine. The wedding is off, and I'll pay whatever fees there are. Just please don't send that video to my office.
Alright, well, I don't actually have any control of that. In fact, I think Maggie has been doing her best to make the video go viral.
But then, what's going on?
What's going on is that you might notice all the young women in the office who you thought were in love with you are actually going to be disgusted by you now.
You old cow, you think this is really gonna fix anything for you? You'll still die all alone!
Maybe, but I can't see things going much better for you, so have a nice life. After that, we finally kicked Andrew out of my parents' house where this had all taken place. Andrew tried to quit his company before the video reached anyone there, but it had already spread all over the internet, and he ended up quitting his job in shame. After that, it came to light that several women in the office had filed complaints with HR about harassment from Andrew. Losing his job didn't mean that Andrew was off the hook yet, though, as he still had to pay all the cancellation fees. The bills piled so high that one night, he drove off and moved away. I hear that he just went to go hide at his parents' house, though. This was all years ago, though, and I've since found a new boyfriend who just proposed to me. He even got the seal of approval from my sister, and I can't wait to be married to him.